The Amazing Race season 35 has come to a close, and this time around, it was brother duo Greg and John who came out on top. The winners of this season join me now via Zoom. Guys, how are you? How are you feeling after last night's finale?
We're feeling so grateful, so good. It's just amazing being able to watch it back. You have the same emotions as when you first hit the mat, and so awesome having everybody around us here in Brooklyn.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to take you guys back to the beginning of your journey. I want to know what your audition video was like.
Our audition video was such low quality. We just did it on our second take. We had one take, we stumbled here and there, and we were like, okay, let's just do it one more time. Did our second take. We were just kind of chilling in our one of our grandparents' places. It was like their 75th anniversary. And we just kind of submitted the application and forgot about it. We didn't hear back for a while. And so the fact that we were able to, get on that based off of that audition tape is a actual miracle. A miracle.
It's on YouTube if you want to watch it, but I would not take it for inspiration. It works, but I don't know.
I'll probably have to check that out, you guys. Well, tell me this, what kind of inspired you, or maybe what was your desire to be on the show in the first place?
I think I know Gregory and I have a good love for travel, and we've done that together all around the world with our families. And we're also, I think, generally pretty well-rounded people. And that's really a testament to our parents who just shuttle us around to sports, like music, math. And I think all of that combined gave us a good amount of confidence, like, hey, we could win this thing. And we've watched enough episodes that we knew kind of the do's and don'ts of the race. So just really grateful that we were able to get the opportunity to try it out.
Yeah, it's really interesting hearing you say that because one of, I think, my biggest takeaways as a viewer was how you guys really did seem to kind of be good at everything, more or less, whether it was, something super physical or maybe something more brains related. So tell me more about that. You said your parents kind of trained you really well as kids, but did you expect that you would dominate this well, that you would be that strong throughout the race?
I mean, I think everyone thinks that coming in, right? Most people come into the Amazing Race thinking, okay, I think I can do that.
We came in thinking, let's win every single leg. That's our
Yeah, because then we got humbled at the beginning.
so humble.
But yeah, I mean, I think for a lot of it, we were just thinking to ourselves, we don't have to be masters in balancing, something on your head while dancing. You just got to be good at it for the next 10 minutes. So it's just like taking little bites of something, right? Like, and I think we kind of pride ourselves at being jack of all trades, but sometimes, that gets into being masters of none. So in this situation, it helps just knowing a little bit of everything, because then that's all you need for the race. All you need to know is just a little bit of French, or you just need to know a little bit of this. So it really helps.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, speaking of that, you did have several first place finishes, including your grand win. Did you guys ever think that that was going to be possible for you to win so many? And how do you feel knowing that you did so well throughout the season?
Well, we started off, getting third and third, but once we hit Vietnam, those eighth place finishes changed our mindset to survival. We were like, we are so grateful to still be in this race. And once we got that first one in India, I think that really inspired us to think like, hey, we've done this once, we can do this again. And once you did it again, oh, what's a three-peat? And once you get the three-peat, it's like, oh, we're going. So it's really looking just at the next leg and thinking about and focusing on that next leg and not going too far ahead of yourselves.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, I want you to briefly walk me through your final day on the show in Seattle from your viewpoint.
Final day. I mean, obviously there was a whole bunch of travel woes that went on before. We were going from whatever country to Seattle, and there was a whole flight mix up that happened, but that's beside the point. I mean, it was just such a long day. As soon as we found out it was a scramble, we knew that it was going to be, a relatively long day. But I mean, you even saw it in the episode when we were on the Seattle, needle top. It was daytime. It was absolutely
Mm.
daytime. We didn't finish until maybe like 4 a.m. or something along those lines. Like everybody who was clapping for us was just like waiting out there in the cold, just because it was just such a long day.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
arc of the day was an underdog story, which was new for us a little bit, but
sure.
the glass blowing really kind of set us off starting out. And the grunge wasn't any help, but once we hit trapeze and got a physical challenge and then a mental challenge followed by that, that really picked up our confidence, and we just knew we had to get good navigation and we were good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that I've always loved about the finale is that more often than not, the final thing you have to do before you race to the final pit stop is that memory challenge, kind of reflecting back on the entire season, where you've been, what you've done, whatever. Does that challenge, is it easier or harder than maybe it looks at home?
Honestly, it was difficult. It was difficult, and we were shocked that we got it on the first try because, I mean, that is as hard as it looks like at home. And Johnny was even saying it earlier, like even the physical part of lifting kayaks and putting them on stilts was difficult. And so the fact that we got it on the first try, we were shocked because we've never seen that.
And it's different than at home because when you're viewing the season, it's spread across weeks and you're watching them once, maybe twice. So you're not really remembering the names of the roadblocks. It was within 30 days for us. And like, this was our lives. I was recapping the previous day. I didn't have to write it down. I was just physically just going through it in my head, thinking about the next day. So when you're going through recaps in your head over and over again like that, it's gonna pay off in a final memory challenge.
Yeah. Well, and I think doing so well in that final challenge speaks to your well-roundedness, because the Bearded Brothers had a good lead on you and they made a fatal mistake and kind of left time for you guys to sweep in, which is incredible. You guys, I want to know, what was your favorite place that you visited while on the show together?
3, 2, 1.
Slovenia took the cake, man. I mean, it was so beautiful and surprising too. We knew nothing about Slovenia going in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Why was it your favorite besides the fact that it was beautiful?
Well, the people were really kind, a good amount of English. I peeked at some prices. It seems pretty affordable. Had a cute little capital city. You got some mountain, you got some caves, you got some ocean. You can do whatever you want with that. And just didn't seem that like occupied for some reason. Like, even coming back to the States, I say Slovenia, they're like, where's that? Or like, oh yeah, you went there? And I'm like, yeah, I went there. And I would have had that same reaction before I went because I didn't know squat about it. It's great.
We also did really well in Slovenia, right?
That's true.
we got 2 first place. Yeah, we got 2 first place finishes. And that second first place finish that we got, I mean, we were ahead pretty much the entire time. So that was just a fun leg because we didn't have to worry at all that leg.
So
we were just chilling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that always helps a first place win. One of my favorite aspects, I guess, about this show is the duo dynamics between each pair. Everyone is so different. You guys have such a beautiful brother relationship. So has it always been this way? And how much fun did you guys have together just competing on this show?
It's fun to hear everyone like say this about a relationship because I'm just like, hey, we're brothers. Like, I think we still have like the pitfalls of brother relationships and having grown up for 20 plus, which has been really great to see. And just like knowing you're on camera, like you gotta have some composure there.
Yeah.
So I was really glad to see that we were able to keep that composure.
Yeah, we kind of worked out our kinks pretty quickly in our relationship. Like Johnny said, it's been like a 25-year long project. So we kind of figured out early what works, what doesn't work, and so we're fine tuning it now.
Yeah, you had some time to work on it before. All right, you guys, my final question. Any specific plans for the $1 million that you just won?
That's a good question. Specific plans. You know what? We're defining it. I think the big thing is for family to kind of celebrate and investing, obviously, most of it. But Gregory wants to get some stuff. I want to get some stuff. Just a few things here and there.
Yeah, you got to make it happen. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. Congrats on your big win, being the winners of season 35 of The Amazing Race. Congrats on whatever's next for you. Thanks for your time.